everyone! Welcome back to my channel! Today we are doing a Q&A, but it is a spooky Q&A, as you can probably tell. So I asked you guys on Instagram to send me questions for my spooky Q&A. I got a lot of questions, so I'm not going to be able to reach all the questions in this video, but just know I'm very appreciative that you sent them in. Like I said on Instagram, I'm going to try to do a mix of spooky questions and then more fitness and weight loss related questions, because I do know that a lot of you still have questions about that stuff. If you are new here, I do have a lot of fitness and weight loss content. You can check that out as well if you want to. Please subscribe and like this video. Thank you. Okay, so the first question is, how are you celebrating Halloween this year? Well, first of all, let me just say I'm very excited for Halloween this year. I mean, I'm excited every fucking year because it's my favorite holiday. But I'm very excited for this year because last year I couldn't actually celebrate because it was 6 days after my loose skin removal surgery and I was bedridden. But I'm very excited for this year because I'm actually going to be in Portland with Zach and some of his family. I've never been to Portland. I know that they have some good fucking food though, so your bitch is gonna eat some good food over there. But we're currently looking for things that we can do on Halloween. I like dressing up, so we're looking for like parties or I don't know, just events. So if you have any ideas, let me know. What are you going to be this year for Halloween? I'm not entirely sure yet. This will be my first year as like a couple costume. I was thinking Morticia and Gomez Adams, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm gonna have to see. I mean, Zach basically said whatever, so I get to choose, but I haven't decided yet. How has losing weight affected your wardrobe? So I would say, okay, here's the thing, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this. I don't think losing weight has changed my style, but I think losing weight has changed my wardrobe. And what I mean by that is when I was bigger, it was very hard for me to find clothes in my style. So although I had a certain style, I couldn't always show it. So I couldn't always like dress myself in the style that I wanted to kind of put out into the world. However, since losing weight, I have a lot more options for me. I mean, I've been more alternative or gothy my entire life really. Well, I would say mid-elementary school when I started getting into like emo music. But there was definitely a section in high school where I conformed more so to traditional or more like stylish. Like, what's a good word for this? Trendy is a good word. And that was partly due, one, because of my size and I couldn't really find anything I liked, and two, also the pressures of high school, I guess, just, you know, fitting in, not being the fucking weird emo kid. But I'm back! What have been some of your past costumes? I chose this question because I feel like it kind of ties in with what I was just talking about. I've never been one to go super hard before on Halloween costumes, although I've always loved Halloween. The reason being that it was very hard for me to find costumes. So what I would usually do, what I used to do, is I would buy little sets, like headsets, for example, or like headbands, stuff like that, like gloves, whatever, that would fit you regardless of your size, and I would just kind of like find stuff in my wardrobe to kind of complement that. So one year I was a mouse. I just wore mouse ears and a little bow shirt, which at the time I thought was like mousy. I don't know why I was associating bows with mice. If you know why, like, where is that coming from? Then one year I was a devil and I just wore like the devil horns and like a black outfit. One year I was Wednesday Addams and I just bought a Wednesday Addams looking dress online and put my hair in pigtails. So that's kind of where I went when I was bigger. Last year, oh no, sorry, the year before that, so I had already lost weight. I was Edward Scissorhands and I just bought like a pre-packaged costume because I was able to in my size. How do you avoid overindulgence on Halloween candy? So if I'm being completely honest, on holidays, I don't try to restrict too heavily, and the reason why I do that is because I know it's a special occasion and I know I'm gonna want to eat bad. So what I usually do is I plan cheat days or cheat meals or cheat weekends, which I don't recommend, but sometimes a bitch loses control on these holidays. Other holidays being like Thanksgiving, Christmas, like those are times I don't feel the need to restrict. And I find that when I decide prior to the holiday that I'm not going to be dieting, it is much easier for me not to diet on those holidays and not feel guilt afterwards. So like if I already know I'm gonna eat a lot of potatoes on fucking Christmas, then like I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. It's more so when I plan to be a restrictive and then I fuck up, that's when I kind of feel guilt about it. When we're talking about Halloween, like I already know I'm gonna eat a little bit of candy or a lot of candy or whatever. I think that the best way to view it is that every day out of the year when you're not doing anything exciting, those are the days for you to stay on track, because like there's no need to overconsume on a regular Wednesday when, you know, you're going to work, you're taking a shit, you're doing, you know, average stuff. But on days that happen once a year, on holidays, on special occasions, those are the days when you should be able to kind of, you know, indulge and enjoy yourself and not feel terrible about diverting your progress or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, yes, we want to lose weight, but we also want to make memories and we want to spend time with our families, and we don't want to be stuck in a very negative mindset about food, because that's not fun. By the way, going off that, if you guys saw my last video, you know I've just released a guide to healthy and sustainable dieting, and the link's down below. It's free. Please read it so we can encourage each other to live healthy. What is a non-physical change that came about losing weight that you did not expect? So this is actually a really good question. I don't think I've talked about this before. I would say a change that I did not expect is how less aware I am. And what I mean by that is how, like, when I was big, I used to be very cognizant about everything around me. If I was about to sit in a chair, I would look at that chair and I would think, is that gonna support my weight? If a friend said, you can sit in my bed, I would look at that bed and say, am I going to break that fucking bed? If I was going on a roller coaster, I would look at that chair and I would say, am I going to fit in this roller coaster? If I was going to fly, if I was gonna go on a flight, I would look up, how big is the seat? What are the chances I need a seatbelt extender? I would be very aware of everything around me. If I had to walk on a dock, I'd be like, oh no, am I gonna break that dock? If I was walking up creaky stairs, I'd be like, are these gonna break below me? Like, it was just always aware of my surroundings and always wondering if my weight was going to have a negative effect on my surroundings. Now, however, I never think about it. If I am about to sit in a chair, I don't even think about if it's gonna break, because I think I've had a mindset shift where if I sit in a chair now and it breaks, I know it's because it's just a shitty chair and I shouldn't be embarrassed about it. While before, I felt like it was my fault if I had broken a chair because I was so big. Why did you decide to document your journey on Instagram? So I decided to document my journey because I just wanted accountability for myself. If you go back to my first post, it is literally saying, I've lost 11.6 pounds. Yeah. I just think it's so pure. And I think it really shows how something big can come from literally nothing. I started that account not with the intention to, like, you know, get a lot of followers. I started that account so I could look back on it and see how far I've come. And I'm so happy I have it, because I can look back. I can look at, you know, every weigh-in I did. I can look at my body when it was like 240 pounds, 270, 300, and I can compare it to now. And I just think it's really, really nice. Something I will say though is, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know, I've talked about kind of my journey to a more healthy mindset when it comes to food. If you look back on some posts, you can see I have some disordered eating habits, and it's really sad to look at, but the reason I don't delete them is because I want to show people where I've started and where I am now. Recommended shops that sell plus size alternative clothes. So yes, I do have the air conditioning went on. That's not the air conditioning, it's a spooky ghost. So yes, I do have some recommendations. My favorite store of all time, I'm sure a lot of you know, is Killstar. Killstar just recently came out with a plus size line. So if that's your shit, you know, you can look there. Dolls Kill have some plus sizes. Blackcraft Cult has a lot of unisex clothing and plus size clothing. My favorite exercise and exercise I recommend for beginners, I guess it depends, one, on your size, and two, your ability. So my favorite exercise is running and also walking. And when people ask me what should I start off with, I always recommend walking, especially if you're coming from like if you're morbidly obese. Walking is going to be the easiest on your joints. Walking is going to be very therapeutic for you, and it's going to be very easy to get into. So I find that something a lot of people do is they jump right into very intensive exercise and then they realize, whoa, this fucking sucks. 3 makeup products I swear by. Okay, easy. 1 is Kat Von D tattoo liner, which is the eyeliner I use. 2 is Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade, which is what I use in my eyebrows. And then 3 are Bite Beauty lipsticks, which is on my lips. This is Black Truffle. I love all their lipsticks. They're so moisturizing. My favorite conspiracy theories. I really like conspiracy theories. I find them very interesting. I think a lot of them are kind of fucking stupid, but a lot of people think I'm fucking stupid, so that's fine. Ones I'm really interested in, if you guys didn't know, I studied politics for 6 years in university. So I'm very interested in anything that has to do with like a political society, a higher society, government, stuff about like the secret societies, what's really happening behind the scenes. I'm always like, oh, that's true. I'm being watched right now. What's your Hogwarts house? I'm actually not that big of a Harry Potter fan. Don't yell at me. Don't. Like, I don't dislike Harry Potter. I was never one to get really into it. Like, I know some people are die-hard Harry Potter fans. My house, I did do the test, is Ravenclaw, which at first I was surprised. I thought it would be Slytherin, because I thought Slytherin was like the cool house where like all the goths live. But apparently I'm not in Slytherin, I'm in Ravenclaw, which when I asked people why, they said, I don't want to say the smart house because it sounds so fucking conceited, but it's like the people who like school, the academic house, which I love school. I miss it every day. Scariest moments of your weight loss journey. I like this question because it's applicable. It's a spooky question, but also has to do with my weight loss. So I actually have a few experiences that are very spooky when I was losing weight. I mean, the first one is that I lost weight because I literally thought I was going to fucking die. So that's spooky. The second is one time I was at the gym, and this is when the iPhone 6s were exploding. Do you remember this? Everyone was like, iPhone 6s are exploding, blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's true. I know because it happened to me. I was in the gym and I had my phone in my bra and I was sweating all up in it, you know, being an irresponsible phone owner. And basically what happened is my music stopped, I was pissed, my phone wouldn't turn on, and then all of a sudden it got so fucking hot. And I can't even explain how hot the phone was. I couldn't hold it. And I was like, is it on fire in there? Is it on fire? And then it had a little smoke came out of it, and then it broke and never turned on again. So, and then the second time was last winter when I was running. I live in a very snowy climate, by the way. I was running, the snow was like up to my fucking hip, and I was passing a driveway, and then the driveway goes up like this, and this fucking asshole was driving. I don't know, I still don't know what happened to this day because I saw the car from at least 10 feet away. So if they saw me, they would have been able to stop. But I don't know if they did see me. I don't know if they were on their phone, what the fuck happened. But I was walking here. I see this car is coming and not slowing down. I'm like, this car is gonna fucking hit me. So then I had to back up and go into the snowbank, and I couldn't go any farther because the snow was like all the way up here. This car hits me, not hard, and I'm not gonna be too dramatic. Like, I got hit by the mirror, and then they finally stopped, but like, I'm a very hyper emotional person and I cannot deal with confrontation very well. So instead of me stopping and yelling at them and being like, fuck you, I ran away. So they did stop. So I know they knew they hit me, but I ran away and cried a lot. Who is your fave villain? Ursula. Ursula from The Little Mermaid. I love her. I love her a lot. And then finally, a question I actually get all the time, and that is, on your cheat days, do you still eat vegan or do you eat whatever you want? For me, I always eat vegan. Even if I'm binging, if I'm like, you know, having a cheat day, it's always vegan food. Like, the reason I'm vegan is because I just strongly believe in it. So it's just something I'm not willing to divert from in any capacity, but yeah. So guys, that is it for this spooky Q&A. Thank you so much for watching. If you like my spooky videos, get ready because I have some spooky baking coming. I have lots of spooky things coming. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I would love to know some of your responses to the questions I was asked. Just leave them down below. As always, thank you so much for supporting me and my channel, and don't forget to download the free guide if you are interested in it. Yeah, so thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Fuck your Bible,